All right, my bad, guys. Mic check, cam check. Okay, I think we're good. We're good now. Yeah, what is this song? I must have missed it. Actually, hold up. How long ago actually was that? Oh, was it this one? The Epic Rap Battles of History? Or is it the Weird Al one? Oh, the eBay. Oh, the Weird Al one. Okay, yeah. Oh man, this one's actually a really good parody too. That I think it's also underrated by Weird Al. But hey, Soup, what's going on? I was responding to you earlier. Um, let's see. All right, let's pull up the game. Hopefully this is stream number 2 with hopefully no crash. Yeah, that's Weird Al. Oh, Panda, what's up, man? What's going on? Yeah, I finally got some drip though. Look at it. Look at this. Look at this. That's right. That's right. Only took about like 2.5 seasons before I chose to re-drip myself. Although this is a little different than how I normally drip myself, but hey, you know, I mean, I can do it. Is it fruity drip? Really? You don't like the purple? The savannas with the green sword. The hat always stays though. Actually, I don't know where my other hat is. There's like another hat that I have. That's not that. He's got like that Django look basically. But I don't know if I can find my other hat though. Hold up. See look at that. Come on. You can't tell me that ain't cool. Can't tell me that ain't cool. I know it's not like as armory as most people like to do theirs of like the spiky armor, like bulky or whatever. But like, I mean, I'm a rogue. I mean, I'm not really supposed to be bulky, at least in my opinion. It's supposed to be pretty sleek and nimble looking. Yeah. Word. Yeah, I don't know what that other hat is because there was 2 different. There was 2 hats. So there's like one more hat that I used to wear, and then I got this one, and then I never looked back, but I don't remember what the previous one was. A wild evident pig appears. What up, pig? Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember what the old hat I used to wear. Oh well. It's also the first time I also kept the original pigment instead of doing like the all brown pigment that I usually do. I figure with the colors or whatever that going all brown won't work as well. So I decided to just give it its natural colors. Anyways. Now we're slaying with almost nice as just yours. Now we're slaying the style now. I'm like halfway. Nah. Alright. Actually I do not know what's on the agenda today. It's gonna be like a rather short stream. Had a really long day today. But I also want to stream and play. Donbase, what's going on? Appreciate the sub. I'm trying to go to sleep right. Heavy armor makes you go faster these days. Is it me or fire does a lot more damage to you than anything else in the game? Well, the explosions are definitely tuned a little higher, or tuned a little bit more than like the other stuff is. And I think the purpose behind it, whether I like it or not, I kind of get what they were trying to do. R45784E. Thanks for the sub. Number one agenda, don't crash. Fair, very fair. True. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So, what they're trying, what Blizzard's trying to do is to get you to not just tank and spank in one spot, which is why the explosions are the way they are. They force you to move and have to like, you know, like reposition in a sense. So there's a lot of them, and they're tuned a little higher than in my opinion, I think there should be. But I get why they did it. So therefore, you are forced to make decisions rather than just stand still and just hold down a button or whatever. At the same time, though, like if they were to tune it down a little bit, then you'll have more classes and more builds being able to go back to tanking and spanking and not have to move at all. So I don't really know what the real solution is to it, other than like maybe tune down the amount of explosions that can happen. I think the amount of damage they do right now is fine. I just think that there's so many that like overlap that makes it a problem. All right, so Soup, are you there? I'm about to go over some stuff with random arrows for you. I'm still taking it and it's making it in one spot though. Momentum flurry rogues. My thing isn't working. That's weird. Yeah, it's kind of weird. My little thing on the OBS isn't working. Like the song that's supposed to be playing right now. I wonder why. It was working for like, and then like all of a sudden it just stopped. I guess I'll fix it later. Anyway, Soup, you're there? Okay. So if you notice, if I don't do anything, I do have 161 energy right now. Van Ness, appreciate the sub. If I even with my casting ultimate skills restores 32, like that, if I spam without concealment, I'll run to a time frame where I just don't have enough energy sometimes to be able to actually spam again. Now, going with Cervex kind of helps a little bit if you want to do that versus the Zan, the Poc Zan or whatever. That's also a way to kind of help get your cooldown low enough to where you don't have to worry about that. But the moment that I put on concealment with that, I have no problems anymore because I'm generating enough energy in the globe to continue to spam without interruption at all. But without concealment, I would probably need another one of these rolls of the ultimate skills restore in order to make that happen. Does that make sense? Because with Cax and also Barrage and the Beast Wall Boost, I'm spending all of my energy. And so I need enough energy, which is usually about 150 or above, to be able to get my cooldown low enough for me to be able to spam back and forth. And sometimes that's just not enough. So, but a quick fix for you though is just to make sure that you are holding concealment. And I would go with Cervex. Now don't worry about the helm. It's just that this is slightly better than the round that I had before. I really rather wear Crown. But go with Cervex over Pox Zan. But you still want to keep your Zancax. Either spam Kasumi or swap to Vex to alleviate. Yeah, but make sure you go Sir Vex though. So therefore you get +3 to skills. But yeah. So yeah, just hold down concealment as you're holding down barrage and rain. And you'll get this. Pretty much infinitely. Alright, Pig. Dude. What purpose does Lucian serve in the build? More damage. That's it. Lucian is 75%, while Perdition is 60%. So Lucian gives you more damage and also gives you health. The only thing that Perdition does better than Crown is just movement speed. But when you're actually like playing a build, you're dashing anyways after every rain. So the movement speed isn't really a big deal. So, is there a minimum energy amount needed for a Heartseeker? Depends on which version you're playing. Standard version, no. The push version of Victimize, no, there is no minimum. Nope, you just need the pieces and then you just go do the thing. Let me go ahead and get this Whisper real quick. Yeah, Soup, you're welcome. Working on getting Heartseeker? Okay. I'll get you something minor. Let's do a 90. I feel like being in pit. Get the wrong way. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I gotta fight below. I touched too many eyes. Oh, he survived. Okay, I was going to say. Gotta admit, that's looking nice. Oh, the fit. You like the fit? Yeah. I took about a good hour to like go through all the stuff again. Cause like I always wear the same fit every time on my character, and this time I was like, you know what? I gotta spice things up a little bit. I gotta change out a little bit. So, but yeah, it's got a. You said the like Natalia's kind of vibe. Okay.
It is done.
Oh, I'm Heartseeker is stronger, but man, Ran is way more fun seeing all that on screen. That is very true. That is very, very true. That's why I kind of stuck to Rain. Nothing going on for me. Any other whispers? There's no boss whispers? Oh, there is. This one always gets hidden like behind this thing. Like if you're zoomed out too much, you can barely see that this is a whisper sometimes. He's got our grids walls. Opius of Starless Skies. Jeez. Peach, are you there? Yeah. If I can ever get proper sinks, you know, I'll make a serious effort in the tower-ish. Kinda serious effort. Because I really do think that the spam version, like the Beast Ball boost version, is a little stronger than like the Shard of Arathia one. And the reason why I firmly believe that is because you can't wear nor sanctify Starless Skies in the Shard version, because if you do, then you can't spend enough energy. Yeah, so you can't spend enough energy. So like in a min-max build for the Shard Skyhunter version, you can't use Starless Skies. That would severely screw up your bit. Like if you get double Starless Skies, you'll be casting Rain of Arrows like once every like leap year. So like that's not good. But like if you do it on like, let's say a spam version or something like that, then it's like, yeah. So fully synced, I do think that 1-to-1 will work better than like the Shards and Skyhunter. Now, however, Gurgen was going on. He said, why not Skyhunter? Because I'm not using precision. I'm using Victimize, so I can have a more consistent damage output for regular content. Like precision requires you to stack, right, in order for Skyhunter to be useful. Because like the only thing that's really good for on Skyhunter is it's the chance for Rain to fire again. But you also got to remember how slow Rain of Arrows is. So when you think about being able to get double damage or double damage aspect on a regular weapon versus 2 Rains, if that makes sense. When you're speed farming, you want the 1 big hit versus 2 mediocre hits, if that makes sense. Because if you're speed farming, you don't want to wait for the second wave to hit. That's like literally a whole 4 or 5 seconds you're waiting for another Rain to actually like hit again. Now, if you're pushing, that's not really a problem. But for any other content, you don't want to wait. You want that 1 Rain to hit like a truck. So in every other content, And even in pushing to some degree, going with the regular bow and going with victimize makes more sense. Now you can go precision if you want, even with the regular bow, and still kind of get that hit, I guess you could say, that like strong hit or whatever. The problem is that you can't keep track of your stacks with precision if you go 1-to-1. So you could be never proccing precision at all, or you could be proccing it every other time. But there's no way to keep track of it. Otherwise, I would just go precision every time. It's not that clunky to play anymore? No, not anymore. If you go to the website, maxroll.gg, I pretty much rewrote the guide in general for a much easier play style. Like, this is way easier to play than it used to be. Basically, I'm just holding down 3 buttons and dashing after every attack for speed. And I can pretty much spam infinitely for the most part. Yeah, the rotation is not nearly as convoluted as it used to be. And we can thank Victimize Key Passive for part of that reasoning. You know what? I haven't done this in a while. Let's go Helltide for like a teeny bit. But before I go, why that jersey? Why did I got that jersey on? Panther's been doing all right in the recent. You know, I gotta rep my old gear. He tells old gear because it's like, like peeling and crap. I've had this for 10 years. It's my drumline or Panthers percussion jersey. Yo, that's some lag. Why is there so much lag? Yeah, it's definitely not my frames. It's just server lag. NC Panthers, is that... Trying to figure out what this is. Is it confirmed to be an NC jersey? Do you need the whole tour? For me to like stand up and like do like a whole like modeling of the jersey for you, sir? Want me to do that? We need the whole spin. You mean like you'll get a little bit because there we go. So we got the whole 00, which is the Panthers percussion thing. Now turn around. There's the like 00. This is the jersey that they gave us, the official Panthers percussion drum jerseys that we wore during games. Almost stood up. Nah, if I stood up, I would kind of be out of camera range. And then y'all would just be looking at my booty. I'm pretty sure this is not that kind of stream. Yet. Times aren't that desperate yet. I'll give it a try now. Thanks. Yeah, man, you're welcome. No pants stream. Dogs are at the door. Peach, are you farming right now? You playing? Yo, the server latency is wild right now. Look at this. Look how much I'm sliding. Look, look, look at the slide after the dash. It's nuts. Can't see a Panthers jersey without thinking of Cam. I don't want to jump on a loose ball because I might break it. Oh, that play, yeah. I don't know what he was thinking, man, at the time. That was so just like. It was only a Super Bowl. Big deal. So, speaking of the Super Bowl, so we were supposed to go. Like the Panthers percussion drumline was supposed to go, or according to the social media, the Panthers said that the drumline will be there, or they're taking the drumline. Except they did not do that, and then they wouldn't tell us to our face that they were not going to take us. So, Panthers interns got to make it up there, but the drumline didn't. The Keep Pounding Drum made it up there to the Super Bowl, but we didn't. Of course, the Top Cat cheerleaders were there. Black and Blue crew was there, right? But they did not take the drumline. And the higher-ups didn't have the balls to tell us that they weren't going to take us. And we were not allowed to talk about it on social media at the time while working for them, that we were not going. So they legit lied on social media about us going. And we were pretty much powerless about being able to like voice the fact that they didn't take us. And that was the year where like literally over 3/4 of the Panthers percussion drumline just left, like quit, just like straight up quit. Following that season, like after that season, basically, like we all just kind of like a lot of us were just like, yeah, we're just not coming back. And I was pretty much part of that crew. I thought about doing it the following year because it would have been my third year at that point, but it was already kind of like financially a burden as it was because they pay minimum wage. Minimum wage as in like $7.25 an hour, like minimum wage, but they say that you're a professional drummer, right? Or you're a professional whatever. So at that point I was like, I can't afford to keep doing this at that point. And you're gonna straight up a lot of our faces about, not taking us to the Super Bowl. The one time that we go, the one and probably only time Panthers will ever go, you didn't take us to go. So I was like, yeah, nah. But outside of that, it was fun. Like outside of that, like Panthers was a lot of fun to drum for. But there's always those higher ups, corporate type, BS that happens, and you just, move on. I still got a couple of friends who still do it, as well as like 1 or 2 former students that do it now. Yeah, I don't think I will ever go back and do it. You always make roll look so fun. Thank you. I don't know why I'm clicking A through 4. But yeah, I got a chance to meet all those guys though. Cam, Luke, Greg, all them, Thomas Davis. What happened to the Vimeo video of your drum corps? I don't know. Aren't you supposed to be asleep though, Pig? That was a quick 12 hours. Real quick 12 hours. I'm not complaining yet. The OG one of the OG. Yeah. I honestly I don't know. You're trying to have the I didn't even know like Vimeo was still a thing. Is Vimeo still a thing? You don't stream much these days? Well, in the recent, I've been kind of back at it, in like the recent. But like there was a time frame in what was it, like October, November ish range where I barely streamed because I was like really busy. I'm still really busy. I'm just trying to figure out how to like fit in streaming with the new stuff or being back full time teaching again. How big of a difference is 65% random rails CDR versus 70? Not much at all. Because I mean, you will have additional cooldown reduction from the crown loosening anyways. Like you'll get cooldown from there. So I mean, you'll pretty much hit the cap anyway. What time teaching drums? Well, I teach at a high school, so I teach music at a high school. That's what I was originally doing before COVID hit. And then when COVID hit, I actually started streaming for fun. And then after COVID, I was trying to find some way to, you know, do that, teach, and also sustain a third job. And then I had a surgery that prevented me from being able to teach full time for like a good year and a half. And so now I'm kind of back to full time teaching now. And so the stuff that I was doing during that time, something has to start to like give, if that makes sense. So now I'm kind of sort of trying to figure out how to fit it all back in. Just keep in mind, streaming was never like my full-time job. Definitely cannot afford to live off of streaming at all. Okay, the Vimeo thing is old. It is old, man. It is absolutely old. I'm sure you will get some good tips from your viewers for your after dark streams. Tell you, man. If times get real hard, I'm just saying. That's what I gotta resort to. How's your pivot before doing these days, So I don't think he was here when I talked about this pig, but apparently one of my medications I was taking for my heart, I have a heart murmur, so I take meds for that. It's more than just that, but that's kind of like the main thing. Apparently that medication was interfering with my recovery from my double hernia surgery because of the increased blood flow in general, which made the surgical area swell a lot, putting a lot of pressure on the nerves, making me feel and think that I had that I was really going through chronic nerve damage, when in reality it was just more so of engorged muscles, basically like putting a lot of pressure on their surgical site, which is why I experienced constant pain, consistent pain, that simulated a lot like, standard, you know, chronic nerve pain or whatnot. So I found this out. When my meds was on back order, and I didn't take it for like a whole month. And I started realizing, like, wait a minute. Like, my lower back is not hurting. My surgical area is not hurting at all. And I couldn't think of why that was, because I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything different or whatever. And then I realized, I'm like, the only thing that didn't change, or the only thing that did change, was the fact that I didn't take the meds for that month. So I decided to do some research in terms of some of the side effects, and lo and behold, that's when I put the two and two together. Now, what really pissed me off, is that, like, every time I go to the doctor, they always ask if you're on any medications, right? So when I was having these problems, like, they never put the two and two together. But you prescribe the other medication. So how did all this time, for a whole freaking year and a half, did you not put the two and two together? So yeah, you can imagine, like, my anger. Yeah. So, was it a beta blocker? No. But, so anyhow, they put me on something else, which is not nearly as strong of a drug, just to kind of see if I can still, regulate what's going on in my body without it being as, like, harsh. And so it's been a little better. I'll say a little bit. I would say it's been a bit better. Like, there's still some side effects that feel, not so good. But it's been considerably better than it once was. So definitely progress. Enough for me to be able to go back into the school full time. So that's a plus. So, yep. So you best believe that I did switch up providers and doctors after that. Because I called them up and told them. I legit called them up and told them. I was like, look. And, like, I told them exactly what was happening. And they confirmed. It's like, oh yeah, that would do it. I'm like, yeah, so a year and a half, and I had to figure that shit out. Not y'all, which is your job to do, and you ask. It's not even like them having to try to go figure it out and be like, I wonder what's wrong. Or, no, you ask. You ask for what prescriptions I'm on. That should have been, like, the first thing you check. And no one did. No one did. So what's the point of asking for what prescriptions are you on to make sure there's no, like, complications or anything with anything that they're doing if you're not going to check the fucking thing? Like, I don't get it. I do not get it. But yes, I'm a lot better now, but that's still just annoying. And so thankfully, if it wasn't for my meds being on back order for that month, I probably would have never found out. Or maybe I would have. It just would have been like later on down when it actually did become on back order, or I just happened just to not take it for some strange reason. it's just crazy to me. Like I understand the human body is complicated. I understand, like, it's impossible to, like, know everything per se or whatnot. But it's like, I just think that, like, that's just, negligence right there, to not check the prescription that you're asking for to see if there's any complications. Like, not me telling you to, but that you ask every time. All the 9, 10, 11, 12 times that I went back to tell you, hey, something's not normal. And you asked for me to list all of my stuff that I'm on every single time and not bother to check it, not once. Sorry, I'll stop. I'll stop. I'll start complaining. But yeah, that you see what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know. Say, hola, bro. When I'm going DT rogue, I'm not. I never really enjoyed DT rogue, to be honest with you. It was never really my thing. I did it once, and I was like, for about, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours, and I was just like, yeah, not for me. Like a shiny. Sexy butt. Hey, yo, Dread, what's up? I'm just not seeing you there. What's going on, man? I'm sure they just cared about how gorgeous you were. I feel like there's some undertones in there, sir. This is not Darkside After Dark quite yet. Not yet. I had similar issues with docs post-COVID. Took a nurse practitioner to send me for the test, and that improved things. Actually, I had similar issues where my painkillers magically stopped working as a symptom. And docs just aren't in it for the right reason, like attention to detail. My experience as a white dude was, as you cure yet? Have some more drugs. Still not cured. More drugs coming your way. They wouldn't even offer me anything, man. They just kept telling me to take freaking Tylenol and like ibuprofen. And I'm like, I can't do this long term, right? Like, that there's a problem with this method you're telling me for long term treatment. Like, y'all know this, right? Because I know this. And if I know this, this means you know this, right? Alternating ibuprofen and Tylenol for nerve pain at that, long term, it's not recommended. It's not a solution. It's just like, y'all, bro, like, honestly, it just really feel like they just didn't want to address it. Like, that was just like that's like one of those, like, like those like telemarketers, or not telemarketers, but like, like you're on a form where like customer service, like a call center, and like they have like a little script that they have to read off, depending on how you respond to them, they have to read off a script, so therefore they can, solve the problem or issue. That's kind of what it felt like. It's like, oh, you're in pain? Okay, here's the script I'm supposed to read to you. I mean, at that point, man, like, and in a few years, I mean, AI could do that, I guess. You can replace those type of people with AI if you're just gonna respond like that. I went through that. Wish it was unique and uncommon. Yeah, dude, it's Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm better now. I'm not like definitely not at 100% because I have to have the meds that I have, and it's still causes some issues in the surgical site. But it's more manageable. Like I can actually like deal with it. More so now than anything. And not only that, but I also think my body is also going through like phantom pains. You're not like if you've been in pain or you've been dealing with some kind of pain for so long on like a daily basis that your body just gets used to it. Like your body doesn't know what to do when it's not there. And so like your body starts, signaling phantom pains when they don't really exist. Because your body doesn't know what to do because it's always been signaling an alert for pain all this time. So I feel like I get a lot of that right now because my body is just so used to something being wrong there. So, but anyways. Yeah, a lot of discourse talking about how the reason the doctors protected like people from most of the opioid pandemic. Yeah, that's a whole nother topic for sure. But yeah. Terry Crews says absolutely. President says yeah, they wouldn't give me anything. It was legit just over the counter Tylenol, ibuprofen. Same line every single time. They actually did prescribe some gabapentin for a bit, but that didn't do anything. Like legit nothing at all. I was on it for 3 months and like I felt side effects and legit that was it. Wait, where am I supposed to go? Oh, it's hidden under the star. Okay, I was like, where is that freaking thing at? Larika was a little bit. Well, see, I asked for that. They wouldn't give it to me. They would not. They refused to give it to me. Their excuse was like I wasn't on gabapentin long enough. So Terry Crews, what happened to you, man? Or what was the cause of your chronic nerve pain or chronic pain? Roxanne is a fancy anti-inflammatory, same as caffeine. Old spine, they said. Spinal issues suck. I ended up getting my wife to yank on my leg with everything she had to pull my back in joint place after over a year of asking the doctors to refer me to it. And the worst part of it, it actually worked. I've been in pain for years now. So much less. But no thanks to the docs. Yeah, that totally could have went so many different ways. Blacada. I'm glad it went the way that you wanted it to go. But that totally could have went south for sure. Let's see what we got here. Rain. Brahim, what's going on? Okay, any other whispers? Okay, we got one over here. Fires in 17 minutes. World boss in 9. I saw in the US tried to do the same thing my wife did, but she wasn't violent enough apparently. For some reason, I'm thinking your wife was more than happy to do that. I can imagine her doing that like with like a smile on her face. Do what? Rip your leg off? Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sure. I am. Say no more. I got you. Right, you're right. Trying to rip it out. Exactly. I feel like there was something personal there, sir. I don't think she was as concerned about your well-being as she was about the pleasure she got from being able to like potentially rip your leg off, if you know. I don't know. But what's going on? Got a failed back surgery, a whole bunch of pinched nerves. I don't know. Ooh. But see, the thing is like, I don't even know. So I'll put it this way. So I know that like the having a lower doses of a different medication has helped, but I don't even know if like how severe the aftermath of my surgery was, because I also had that going on too. So like so now one symptom is gone, and now it's just like, am I really feeling the phantom pain, or is there actual like nerve damage now? Whereas I thought it was just nerve damage, right? So now I don't even know. Now I need to take, you know, obviously some months to sort of, you know, go through what I'm currently going through now and kind of go from there. But I feel better. Not 100% by any means, but she's only 4'11" years. Like I said, man, she seemed more than happy to do it for you, sir. Got back in the gaming when it took me out of work. All right, I'm like not paying attention to the timer at all. Yeah, I'm gonna have to actually pay attention. I will tell you that like being pretty much disabled in a sense, as in like I legit just could not do a lot of things I used to be able to do, made me realize how many people were actually like really going through their own stuff. Because like, you know, people have their own health issues and stuff like that, but like when you're there and you're having to go through like 4 or 5, 6 different type of places and clinics and stuff, and you see other people in their situations and stuff, it gives you a whole different perspective on like how bad this really is, like across the spectrum, like how many people are actually dealing with their own stuff. It's like, you know, but like when you see it firsthand, it's like different. You know what I mean? K40, what's going on? Just glad you're able to work and stream again without wanting to die. Yeah, yeah. That period was not great. Yeah, pretty much brought out her innocence. I'm sure she meant well, but yeah, she was happy to, you know. Nothing. So what made you make a character yesterday, Blame? What made you decide that you actually want to? Nah, I'm back. I'm back. All right, so that was definitely a memory leak issue at that point. 'Cause I got the error that said Diablo 4 ran out of memory. I'm like, oh, okay. So the traditional memory leak. All right, but we're back. But now I gotta fix the YouTube though. Give me a sec. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. The title actually stayed. Nice. Okay. No, we're good. Usually everything just gets all mucked up on YouTube. All right, but we're back. And let's see. Like D4 is stuck in a loop. I gotta end that task. Come on. Sitting at Paragon 158. Not bad. Right, I'm trying to start the game. It's gonna let me start the game. Looks like D4 is trying to hide from me. Come on. That's weird. So D4 is not running at all. Task is exited, but on my BNet, it's saying playing now, as in like I can't even start the application because it's saying it's already running, but it's not running. Absolutely, it's not running at all. I gotta go the other way. That works. Bypass the launcher. Hey, Dad, you want to see what EP looks like after running 10 miles in sub-zero weather? Is it that same pic you posted like 2 years ago with like the frozen eyelashes and stuff? The big farmer took me out. What's going on? Oh, is this year? Is recent? Okay. So if it's this year, is it like an AI generated picture of you with frozen eyelashes? Then okay. Okay. The game does not want to like start. What? Yo, what is happening? Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Okay. All the whatchamacallits are in task. Here we go. Let's just end all the tasks again. Go. All right, let's try it again. Oh wow. Okay. So yeah. So I okay. The game doesn't want to start. Legit, it gets says starting battle.net and then like doesn't do it. I guarantee you, it's gonna make me have to restart my entire PC. Task manager close. I did. It's not in task manager at all. Battle.net app is not there. D4 is not there. Usually when this happens, I usually just restart my computer anyway. But I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that this time. Then nah, I doubt it's gonna let me. It's gonna let me do anything until I restart my PC. I hate when this used to happen. It's been a while since this happened because usually my stream will crash for a different reason. I haven't had this in a while, but yeah. But it's like not even that. Like my battle.net app won't pop up either. Like literally neither one of them will run. I can see the battle.net still in the system tray. It's not there. Like I legit can't. I can't even open it. It's something with a time travel bubble. I guarantee you, if I restart my PC, that will fix it. But until then, for some reason, I can't even open Battle.net. I can open everything else, browsers, all that, just fine. All my other apps just fine. But for some strange reason, Battle.net doesn't want to. That doesn't want to work with me. And then when I try to launch and skip the launcher, then like the game doesn't pull up at all. Yeah, but see, like restarting means I have to do all that like like putting the stream back. Like it's not as simple as just hitting play. Like your stream settings and stuff like that, everything doesn't always save. You have to like literally go back and like do like the titles again, and then like redo the whole thing on YouTube again. And then like the camera settings doesn't save because it's a USB camera, so it doesn't save, and there's no application for that. So like it's such a lot of work to like do it all over again. I do it pretty quickly now because I know what needs to be done, but it's like it just sucks. Don't do this anymore. Yeah, it's not gonna let me do it. You try to close all instead of agencies on the tabs. Yeah, I literally went through. I even searched for every single one of them and make sure that I closed every single one. And regardless, like I can't even bypass it. I can't even launch it without it. I'm gonna go back and check again. I'm looking through it again. Task and task. Usually the quick fix is just literally just a restart. You could trade your whole 4080 for or your 4080 for a whole 16 gig of DDR5 RAM. Okay. All right, guys. It's looking like a restart is in order. It took me about a good 5 minutes to get everything back up and running again. All right, BRB. Sorry for like the third video up on YouTube. YouTube land. BRB.